Here's something nobody talks about. The same brain pattern that keeps you scrolling your phone mindlessly is the exact same one that stops you from chasing your dreams. I know that sounds weird, but stick with me for a second. Because once you understand this connection, everything changes. A few months ago, I was sitting in a coffee shop with my friend Maya. She'd been talking about starting her photography business for literally 3 years. 3 years! She had the skills, the equipment, even a few clients lined up. But every time she got close to launching, she'd find herself doing something else instead. I just need to research more, she'd say, or maybe I should take another course first. Sound familiar? Here's what I realized watching Maya, and what I learned the hard way myself when I kept putting off writing that book I'd been planning forever. We think we're being responsible by waiting, by overthinking, by making endless lists. But really, we're just running the same habit loop that makes us reach for our phones when we're bored. See, your brain has this ancient survival system. It's been keeping humans alive for millions of years by following a simple pattern. See trigger, do behavior, get reward. Feel hungry? Find food. Feel cold? Seek warmth. It works perfectly until it doesn't. Because now, feel uncertain about your business idea? Research for 6 hours instead of taking action. Feel scared about that conversation you need to have? Scroll social media instead. Your brain thinks it's protecting you, but it's actually keeping you stuck. The crazy part is, we've been taught that this hesitation means we're being smart or careful. But here's the truth that nobody wants to admit. So here's what actually works. And I learned this from some unexpected places. When researchers were helping people quit smoking, they didn't tell them to just stop. Instead, they said, go ahead and smoke, but pay full attention when you do it. One person came back and said, it tasted like chemicals, yuck. That awareness, not willpower, not fear tactics, broke the spell. The same thing works with procrastination and overthinking. Instead of fighting the urge to delay or research more, get curious about it. What does that hesitation actually feel like in your body? Is it tightness in your chest? Restlessness in your hands? Because here's the secret. Once you see the pattern, you're no longer trapped by it. Maya tried this with her photography business. Instead of judging herself for procrastinating, she got curious. Oh, there's that familiar feeling of wanting to research more lens options instead of reaching out to that potential client. And you know what happened? She started noticing the difference between helpful planning and fear-based delay tactics. Within 2 weeks, she had her first 3 paying clients. Look, I'm not saying you should make reckless decisions or skip planning entirely. But there's a difference between productive action and productive procrastination. Next time you catch yourself saying, I just need to think about this more, or let me do a bit more research first, pause. Get curious. Ask yourself, what am I actually feeling right now? What would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? Then, and this is the key, take the smallest possible action toward that thing. Not a perfect action, not a complete action, just an action. Take my friend Arjun, for instance. He spent 2 years perfecting his clothing designs in his head, but it wasn't until he posted one rough sketch on Instagram, just one, that everything started moving. That single post led to his first sale, which led to feedback, which led to improvements, which led to his actual business. Here's what I wish someone had told me years ago. Clarity doesn't come from thinking. It comes from doing. You don't figure out your path by staring at the map. You figure it out by taking the first step. Then the next one, then the next one. Each step gives you information you could never get from planning alone. Your brain wants certainty before action, but real life works the opposite way. Action creates certainty.
So if there's something you've been putting off, that conversation, that project, that scary but exciting next step, I want you to try something right now. Not tomorrow, not next week. Right now. Ask yourself, what's the tiniest action I could take toward this thing in the next 5 minutes? Then do it before your brain has time to talk you out of it, because the same awareness that can break a bad habit, it can also break the habit of waiting for someday. Your dreams aren't waiting for perfect conditions. They're waiting for you to get curious, get moving, and trust that the path reveals itself as you walk it. What are you going to do in the next 5 minutes? Let me know in the comments below.